Hey, this is Mr. Mitchell. We're going to continue the video that we had earlier. Maybe I can even figure out how to splice these together. But if not, you can probably recognize this as the end of the previous video. So let's go back to the ones that we haven't done. We're going to try to get 45 grams per hour. That's an interesting something to have per hour, but maybe you can have I'm not sure exactly where you would apply this to grams per hour, but say grams of precipitate forms in an hour, just taking a guess. But anyway, you've got to get it to kilograms per second. So grams to kilograms. Let's do that first. So we want to get rid of grams. Okay, so I'm going to put grams where? I'm going to put it diagonal so it will cancel out. And then I'm going to put kilograms here. So we've got grams, kilograms. So how many grams are in a kilogram? It's 1,000 grams are in a kilogram. Now you may remember that we had a chart on this back one here where we had the base unit. Kilogram is 1,000 times the base unit. So that's where we're getting that from. So that will mark out grams, and that means we've gotten the kilograms like we want them, but we need to get hours to seconds. That's going to be kind of a daunting task. So let's get rid of the hours. Remember, hours has to be diagonal to the original hours, so that way it can cancel out. So we can't, I don't really know right offhand what, I do know how many seconds are in an hour, I guess I could say, but I want to kind of take it both steps, and that way just make it simpler. Okay, so let's have hours to minutes first of all. So there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So that gets rid of the hours. But we're not wanting kilograms per minute, we're wanting kilograms per second. So now we want to take the minutes and get rid of them. So we will put them diagonal, and we will have minutes equals seconds. So there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So that will cancel out the minutes. So finally we have kilograms per second. It's just a matter of multiplying straight across the top of the fraction, which looks like it will be 45 kilograms. And let's multiply straight across the bottom. 1 times 1,000 times 60 times 60. Whew, that's a big one, but I think I happen to be able to do that in my head. See, 60 times 60 is 3600, and then we add 3 zeros to it. Feel free to use your calculator just to make sure that I am correct, or anything that you are using it for. So that is 3600 seconds. So then you would just simply punch in calculator 45 divided by 3,600,000. And you might end up needing to use scientific notation for that when we get to that in the next video. I think it's the next video. Okay, take a look. Here we have 55 miles per hour to meters per second. I have put up here how many kilograms are in a mile. Now you may wonder, how do I get to that? Well, it was easy. I just went to a Google search. You can see I typed in convert miles to kilometers, and it comes in just like that. So that's how I ended up getting that. Well, anyway, 55 miles per hour to meters per second. So let's see what we can do here. 55 miles in 1 hour. So I like to get rid of the top one first, so let's get rid of miles. Now we're looking for meters, but we have to go to kilometers. Oh, I'm just awful at making mistakes here. That is what it said, wasn't it? Let's look and see. Yeah, kilometers. Well, I'm glad I caught that. But anyway, 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometers, or kilometers is what it seems to say, but I think it's pronounced kilometers. So where would we put the mile? We put it down here, just because we have to get it diagonal. So 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometers. We get rid of the mile, and we have kilometers over hour. We're still not where we want to be on the kilometers meters thing. So let's go ahead and convert the kilometers 2 meters. So we have how many meters in 1 kilometer? We have 1,000. 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer, and we cancel out the kilometers. So we've got our meters, and now we need to get to seconds. We have hour here. We're going to do just like we did up here. Now, I happen to notice something way before now. You're going to end up needing to put this. This is converting hours to minutes and then minutes to second. Can you not just multiply 60 times 60? You can. So let's use that known fact here. And if I'm going too fast for you, maybe we can talk about this a little bit more in class. But see if you can follow me here. I want to get rid of the hour. How many seconds are in an hour? Yes, seconds in an hour. That would be 60 times 60. Do you see how I got that? Because we did it right up here. 60 times 60 happens to be 3600, which is 3,600. Now, sure, if you do this like you did that, it will come up with the exact same answer. You just notice that that happens to be what it is, that there are 3,600 seconds in that hour. So that cancels out the hour, and you are left with meters per second. So you multiply straight across the top, which is 55 times 1.61, which times 1,000, which is something I cannot do in my head. So I will go 55 times 1.61 equals times 1,000. So that is 88,550 is what that is. So that would be 88. That should not be a decimal, by the way. 5,050 meters per, multiply straight across the bottom, looks like 3,600 seconds. And then it's just a matter of punching that in the calculator. And I will not do that because that's just simply a matter of doing that. Okay, how about yards? 80 yards in 9 seconds to meters per second. We're going to have some kind of conversion for yards to meters. So let's do this. I'll type in converts yards to meters. And it looks like there are 1 yard equals what? 0.914. So that'd be 0.91. Looks like a good conversion to me. So 0.91. So let's go ahead and start this. 80 yards in 9 seconds. Okay, I want to get rid of the yards. So 1 yard equals how many meters? Oh, I'll have to go back and see. Look like it is 0.91. 0.91 meters. Okay, so that's going to get rid of my yards. And hey, I think that's going to be a pretty simple one. So I would multiply 80 times 0.91 and divide by 9. Sure, I'll go ahead and do that. 80 times 0.91. Oh, that's not what I was looking to do right there. Let me kind of quickly get out of that and go to what I was hoping to do. 80 times 0.91 equals, looks like 72.8. 72.8 meters over 9 seconds. And then it's just a matter of dividing that out. Oh, I saved the long one for last. I was actually at the dentist the other day, and he was talking about how In an average person, you have the teeth move, those who have braces, their teeth moves approximately a millimeter per month. So how are we going to get that to meters per second? Whew, that looks pretty tough. Let's see what we can do. We can have 1 millimeter per 1 month. So let's convert that first of all to meters. We want to get rid of the millimeters and make them meters. So how many millimeters are in a meter? 1,000 millimeters are in 1 meter. And I'm looking back here just to make sure, yes, 1,000 millimeters are in 1 meter. So that should take care of the easy part. We've gotten rid of the millimeters. Now, how are we going to get a month to seconds? Well, a month is going to be 1/12 of a year. So a month is going to be approximately 30 days. I suppose that we should just go with 1 month equals 30 days. I know that's not always true, but that's what he was approximating anyway. So 1 month equals 30 days. And I bet you can see where I'm going with this. I've gotten rid of months. So I'm going to then have to get rid of days. So I'll put days up at the top. And 1 day equals how many hours? Let's go with 24 hours. So I've gotten rid of days. And now I've got to get from hours down to second. And we know, oh, not equals yet. We know that 1 hour equals 3,600 seconds. Ooh, I don't even know if your calculator can handle such figures. But across the top, we have nothing but ones. So that will make an incredible fraction. We have 1 over 1,000 times 30 times 24 times 3,600. And I bet my calculator won't handle that one. But that's something we could just multiply out if we had the time for that. And that would be an incredible small meters per second. Looks like I may even have time for that. Let's see what we have. Why not? See if my calculator can hold it. 1,000 times 30 equals, and then times 24 equals 720,000 times 3,600. Ooh, that is 2,592,000. 292 million. 2,592 million. Wow. Let's see, gotta get that over here and use the right side of the pen. 2 billion. What was it? 592 million. Wow, that is an incredible figure. I'll just put 2,592 million because that would be what it is. And then, goodness, if you punch that in your calculator, that would be an incredibly small figure. So in meters per second, your teeth just don't move that fast. Well, I know this was all calculations, but I hope the calculations were beneficial to you in being able to work out problems like this. See you next time.